Hello and welcome to London Property. I'm your host Farnaz Fazaipour, and today we are doing our area overview for Knightsbridge and Belgravia, and we give a special thanks to Londres for the data. Prices achieved are actually up 4.7%. And the quarter before, they were minus 2.7%. So I think that we can see that the activity in Knightsbridge and Belgravia is picking up. And we're seeing an uplift in prices, most likely because people are thinking it's not going to get any cheaper and it's time to get back into the market. And with Knightsbridge and Belgravia traditionally being quite popular with overseas investors, then we can see why this is happening because of all the recent changes that have really made the overseas investors wary. The annual change in transactions is also minus 8.2% compared to the quarter before, which was minus 9.4%. So we're seeing an annual change in transactions for the positive, and also the prices achieved. So whereas the quarter before it was 1,932 on average, it's actually up to 2,106. So, the activity is coming back. It's having an effect on the prices. Generally speaking, in Knightsbridge and Belgravia, properties tend to change hands less frequently. So, when people buy, they really do hold on. So that sensitivity is showing itself there. And the average discount is also less than it was in the quarter before, because the average discount people are getting is about minus 11.6%, whereas before it was minus 13.9%. So I think all in all, we're seeing market must have bottomed out in the view of the potential buyers. The sellers have become more realistic maybe, and that's why we're seeing this activity and this little boost in the Knightsbridge and Belgravia prices achieved. So 74% of the properties that are on the market have actually been on the market for longer than 3 months, which is an improvement on the 79%, which was the quarter before. And 40% of these are having price reductions, which is again an improvement on the 44.9% of the quarter before. What's interesting is that 15.5% more instructions and more properties on the market than the previous quarter, which was at 6%. So obviously more people are prepared to put their properties on the market. And what we're seeing across the board is people who've bought in the last 10 years are the ones who are really struggling as trying to even make their money back and selling their properties now. So potentially the ones who are coming to market are people who've owned their properties for longer and are exiting. And the people who bought in the last 10 years have to think about a strategy where they can at least recover the investment they made and potentially try and make a bit of a profit. So that means that they will probably have to hold on for longer, rent it out and wait. So the percentage of properties that are under offer are still about the same percentage as they were the quarter before. So although activity has picked up, people are actually not making the commitment. So we're feeling the buzz. We're seeing, more people show interest, but there is still a reluctancy, and which is why we're seeing that only 10% of these properties are actually under offer, and that is no different to the quarter previously. Well, with 68% of the properties being over $1 million, first of all, you need to have pretty deep pockets. With 58% of them being on the market for longer than 6 months, then there will be some opportunities in that tranche of houses and flats that have been on the market for so long. So what is really important, as always, is to be represented by someone who can tell you the story behind the details. What's the story behind these properties that have been on for longer than 6 months? Which ones of them are starting to get to a realistic level where you can strike a good deal? So if you do need help navigating the market, then do get in touch with us to make sure that we connect you with the right experienced person who knows this little village part of London like the back of their hands and can help you make informed decisions.